Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for people to start coming in before I start talking. I have a frappe here. Hello. Today I'm talking about serums. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? How are you? Sorry if you. Awesome. Yeah, same here. I got my nails done today. Um, I did a little bit of work, hung out with my cat. My cat's currently outside of my bedroom, scratching at the door and meowing, but she'll be okay, definitely. Um, but yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about serums and essentially like what they are, why you really should be incorporating them into your routine, um, and answering any questions that you have about serums. Like literally anything goes, even if you're like, I have a question about a serum that you're not even talking about today, like ask away and I shall talk about it. So before getting into the, products that I have listed here, which, by the way, they are all products that I absolutely love. I've been using them for quite some time now, and they've all really just plumped my skin and added like insane glow, great texture, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, so serums. I don't know. I was thinking about it today. I was like, what should I compare serums to? And the first thing that came to my mind was cooking. So hear me out, I suppose. You can have a so sorry about that. You can have like, let's say you're cooking a meal and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do my proteins, carbs, fats, throwing in some like tofu, spinach, and quinoa, let's say. That's what you're cooking, right? You can like cook all of that and only cook that and have a meal, and it's great. But you need like spice in there. You're gonna need some like sesame oil in there. You're gonna need some salt and pepper just to essentially liven up the meal and enhance it essentially so that it could be at its best state, if you will. And your skincare routine is much like that, where you can definitely just do cleanser, toner, moisturizer, SPF, and you're good to go. But serum, it's kind of like spices in that sense, where they're packed with ingredients that are just extremely good for your skin, good for whichever, I guess, skincare ailments you're facing, whether it's, acne, dullness, fine lines and wrinkles. They're essentially going to, because they're so concentrated in these really great ingredients, they're going to enhance the rest of your skincare routine. And just like sesame oil is going to make tofu taste very, very amazing, um, a hyaluronic acid serum is going to enhance your moisturizer and make your skin super plump and dewy and fresh. Much plumper, dewier, fresher than if you had only used your moisturizer. Um, and that I think is like the best way I can describe serum. Uh, and the same way with cooking, how like you can't just eat seasonings or spices and like have a meal. You need the proteins and fats. Like if you're using a serum, you still need to pair it with moisturizer, just so the moisturizer like locks it all in essentially, and yeah, just like holds all of those beautiful ingredients in. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Did that make sense? And do you have any questions before I start talking about the serums themselves, I suppose? No? Okie dokie. So I am going to present to you the first product that I'm going to be talking about, and it is this Klee Cosmetics ceramide serum. So I like the name of this. because it's a serum, but it's a ceramide serum. And so I think it's just like tip the hat to Cleve. That's a great name. Ceramide, serum. Yeah. Anyway, this is, like I just babbled about, a ceramide serum. So ceramides are essentially the like fatty parts of your skin, and ceramides actually like naturally live within your skin, and it's what essentially softens any dry patches. It's what moisturizes the skin to really hold water in, and yeah, it's just good at moisturizing your entire complexion. And so this is a ceramide serum, and it's got 4% ceramide in it. And I really, really love this serum because it's just, it almost feels like a moisturizer. And so I really love using it on days where my skin is just super dry and lackluster. And it gives a nice, I don't know if you can tell, the lighting in here doesn't really show, but it's like, it just gives an instant glow to the skin, I suppose. And yeah, ceramide is just an extremely important ingredient to keep your skin nice and moisturized. And like, there is a difference between moisturized and hydrated. The difference is that hydration brings water to your skin. So that's going to be like your humectants, like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, all that good stuff. And then moisturizers or emollient ingredients are going to be oilier. And so you use hydrating, I guess, products or ingredients to bring water to the skin. And then you use these sorts of products that has like ceramide, fatty acids, omega 3, 6, 7, 9 fatty acids, all those good things to essentially lock that hydration in. And so, yeah, this is really good to use after, I'd say, like a really nice essence or like a milky toner, just because it is going to lock all that hydration in. So how much do you need to use? It really depends on you. That's the beautiful thing about skincare. I, I sometimes I use 2 pumps at night. Other times I use just like half a pump, depending on you know, how moisturizing the rest of my skincare routine is. Like, if I'm going to be using a really, really thick moisturizer that night, I'll probably just use 1 pump. But if I'd say like about 1 to 2 pumps if it's just a normal skincare day or night. But if you are going to be using a very, very thick, creamy moisturizer after this, I'd stick with just one. And it's great. I mean, it's because of the fact that it is just a ceramide based serum. You don't really have to like worry about using it day or night. It's not going to make your skin sensitive during the day, and it's not going to really interact with any products that you'd use at night. So yeah, you could use this morning and night, and it just, I have it on right now, and it's like whoosh, just, I did not look like this when I woke up, just to let you know. Like, this definitely added some radiance to my complexion. So that is that. Next, I'm going to be talking about the Grown Alchemist Instant Smoothing Serum. This one's another favorite of mine. So this one is a hyaluronic acid based serum. And obviously hyaluronic acid is like, everyone knows hyaluronic acid, everyone uses hyaluronic acid, everyone makes it as well. Like, all these brands are just making all these hyaluronic acid serums, and they really range in price. In I guess like the price point. Like you can get a hyaluronic acid serum for like $7, and then you can get one for like $350. And you might be thinking like, what's I'm just gonna get the one that's $7, right? Like, what's the difference? Why am I doing this? Spending money for no reason, essentially. And the thing about hyaluronic acid is that it's like it's got many forms. So typically, so the skin absorbs things, correct? If you look at the skin and imagine it as like, I don't know, I guess just a surface with a bunch of tiny holes in it, right? Those holes, they're only so big. Like you can't fit a basketball in a hole this size. And so what happens is many hyaluronic acid serums, molecularly speaking, are too big to actually fit inside the deepest layers of the skin because, like I said again, it's this tiny little hole that is open to absorb product, and you're essentially trying to like put a basketball inside with these hyaluronic acid serums that are super heavy in their weight. Essentially, the heavier they are, that just means they're bigger. Like molecular weight depends on how many molecules are in the chain, if that makes sense. And so the more molecules in the chain, the harder it is going to be for this huge thing to fit into this tiny hole. So what's cool about this is that this has hyaluronic acid of 3 different weights. Because just as your skin, right, it's got this tiny hole right here, the hole also tapers. And so it kind of gets like gradually smaller and smaller and smaller until it reaches the absolute base. So even if, let's say, you've got like a ball big enough to fit into that tiny hole, you are going to like kind of the hyaluronic acid, if it's still a little bit too heavy to reach the base, it's only going to get to about the middle. Does that make sense? So this has 3 different weights of hyaluronic acid, and why that's so important is because as the bigger one gets stuck here and moisturizes this layer, the middle one is going to get stuck here and moisturize this layer. Or no, hydrate, sorry. They're humectants. They don't moisturize, they hydrate. So the bigger one's going to hydrate this layer, the middle one is going to hydrate this layer, and then the smallest one is going to hydrate the base. And so basically, you have, with one serum, essentially 3 different hyaluronic serums inside. And yeah, hyaluronic acid is just so good for it. Essentially acts as a sponge, and it pulls water from anywhere. So if you're like in a super humid room and you put hyaluronic acid on, technically speaking, the hyaluronic acid is going to just like take all that water from the air and put it into your skin, which is essentially going to give you that nice, plump, dewy, radiant glow that hyaluronic acid does give. And yeah, it's really amazing. This is another product that you can use morning and night. Um, hyaluronic acid itself, it actually, just like ceramide does with the other serum, hyaluronic acid exists naturally in our skin, and it's the ingredient, I guess, or rather the chemical that our skin uses to soak water into it so that it can remain nice and plump and, not look ashy, dull, and that essentially that. Also, since it does plump, it is going to fight against fine lines and wrinkles, all that stuff. Essentially, it's just gonna like plump up your skin without making it look puffy or anything, which is great. And yeah, I really love it. I guess I'll do like little swatch, but I'll do it on my arm this time because I just used my hand for the ceramide. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see, well, let me do the texture one more time. It is very, it's not goopy. It's not like a bad goopy. That sounds kind of terrible, but it is definitely thick. I don't know if you could see, but it's not going to just like slide off your skin, if that makes sense. And due to that, you are just going to have a beautiful glow. I didn't moisturize my arms today, and so yeah, this is like immediately just adding beautiful shine to my skin. So there's that. Now I shall speak about my next. Well, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions about the product itself, hyaluronic acid in general, I suppose, or any other humectants? Like, what is a humectant? Do you need me to explain that a little bit more? If not, I'll move on to my next product. Okay, so next I am going to, oopsies, I just added a product to my bag, but I already have it here. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so next I have the Hero Molecular Anti-Inflammaging Serum. And those are so many words, right? Like, what the hell is inflammaging? Like, is it a typo? It's not a typo. It's a thing, actually. So I actually met with the founders of this product because I'm a beauty writer. So like, I love beauty, talk about it all the time. It's like one of my favorite things. And yeah, I remember meeting with these. Does it have the strong smell of the Hero? No, it doesn't. Or, well, none of them have strong smells, which is really nice because I'm personally very sensitive to like fragrance, I guess. Yeah, that's essentially that. I don't even think there's any fragrance in. Don't quote me on that. I would have to really look at it, but I don't even think there's fragrance added inside. But I know that fragrance free doesn't always mean that like it doesn't smell, I guess. They all don't smell. And again, I'm very sensitive to like scent and all that stuff. But so the Hero anti-inflammaging serum. So honestly, when I learned about this product for the first time, like my mind was just completely blown. I had no idea that this was even a problem, let alone like a brand decided to do something about it and like make a product about it. But yeah, inflammaging essentially happens when your skin is inflamed, right? You have stem cells inside your skin. And stem cells, okay, let's backtrack a little bit. So, stem cells are going to essentially be like the building blocks of cells, right? And what's one of the first things that comes to mind when you're thinking about like anti-aging, this and that, it's cell renewal. So basically, stem cells are at the base of what builds your new cells so that your skin can remain, free of fine lines and wrinkles, so that it can remain like super plump and, not so creepy, I suppose. And so Yeah, that's essentially it. Stem cells are just the building blocks of cells, correct? So what happens when your skin is inflamed, that inflammation, like, essentially attacks your cells. And when your cells are attacked, you essentially, it's not that you can't produce new cells, it's just that it's going to happen at a much slower rate because you have a bunch of your cells like fighting off this inflammation, whether it's due to extreme heat, whether it's due to, environmental stressors, the sun, anything like that. Your skin's essentially just going to like try to fight that off. Meanwhile, it's like, oh man, I've got to like fight off all this inflammation. Meanwhile, I could be building new cells and keeping my skin like super plump and nice and dewy. And so that essentially is what happens to your skin when it is inflamed. What they've done at Hero is they've created this super cool ingredient called HX1, and it essentially surrounds your stem cells, which sounds so like Frankenstein-esque and scientific, but it surrounds your stem cells and it essentially protects them from inflammation. And the idea around, anti-inflammaging is that when this product does protect your skin from inflammation, it'll protect it from aging as well because no longer are your cells like, oh, I have to fight off this inflammation, but now your cells are like, okay, cool, we're protected. We can get back to business. We can get back to creating elastin, collagen, all the things that are going to keep my skin nice, fine line and wrinkle free, plump, all that good stuff. And so, yeah, HX1 essentially protects your stem cells specifically against inflammation. And what's great about this product is that, like, it doesn't just have HX1 in it, it has, like, almost your entire skincare routine in it. It also has vitamin C inside, and vitamin C is obviously going to brighten your skin. It's going to get rid of any um, hyperpigmentation. I'm sorry about that. And it's going to protect against free radicals because it is an antioxidant. So you have like additional protection, which is amazing. And then you have vitamin E inside, and vitamin E is another antioxidant that kind of works hand in hand with vitamin C to protect your skin. But vitamin E also has super like moisturizing benefits, and so it's just going to soften your skin, and yeah, it's going to moisturize your skin essentially. And then you have peptides inside as well, and peptides are super awesome ingredients just on their own, uh, in conjunction with the rest of the ingredients in here. It's like absolutely amazing. But peptides are the thing that essentially just like irons out any kinks in your skin. So if you are experiencing like weird texture on your forehead, well, not texture, it's not going to get rid of acne. But if you're experiencing like just a bunch of tiny lines and divots, is what I meant to say, this will essentially just iron it all out and make it look flawless. And also, it has hyaluronic acid inside. So you get all of these things inside, which honestly, like, makes it so that this is almost the only thing that you need in your skincare routine. If I am being honest, I use this morning and night. And like the moment I started using it, I was just like, wow, this like this is really plumping my skin. Um, and like I'm not even, I hadn't even like I remember putting it on the first time and I was like I hadn't even done my like facial massage yet. That my facial massage moment in my skincare routine is the moment where I'm like, yes, I am glowing to the max. And I hadn't even done my massage yet, and I was like, oh my god, can I stop here? I don't know, I'll keep going. And like I kept going, and I was just like, oh my god, it I'm not even like trying to exaggerate this. Like I literally felt as if I just gotten a facial. And like I really don't want you to think that I'm exaggerating or anything. Uh yeah, this product stopped me in my tracks. So definitely I would recommend this 1000%. So, in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to quickly talk about this awesome serum that I also love. And then I'm going to leave time for questions, I suppose. But it is the Ven Age Response Compound K Hyaluronic Booster. What's great about this product is, yes, it does have hyaluronic acid inside, as the name suggests, but the coolest thing about this is that compound K that is in its name. So what is compound K? Basically then it's this like Ven is a super cool Korean skincare company that they're like mad scientists that just find the coolest ingredients, and like you'll never even think to be like, yeah, that's an ingredient that belongs in skincare. But they find it, and it is absolutely amazing. So compound K is essentially an antioxidant that is extracted from Korean ginseng. So ginseng is essentially just a root. Um, and it is like, honestly, it's a stronger antioxidant than vitamin C, which is amazing. And it has all of the benefits of vitamin C as well, where, it's going to protect your skin against environmental stressors. It's going to brighten your complexion, get rid of any hyperpigmentation, whether it's like sunspots or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation means acne scars. So it's also called PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, PIH. And yeah, PIH, those are acne scars. So I personally have like this really bad, thank you so much. I'm glad that like I can be of assistance. So yeah, ask anything you want, please. I'm here to answer your questions. But yeah, so compound K is going to protect against all those things. And also, since it does have hyaluronic acid inside, it's going to plump the skin like nothing else. Like nothing I've ever tried before. I know that I just said that about Hero. I just said that. But this, in terms of it being an antioxidant serum, this is, I think, the most plumping antioxidant serum I've ever tried. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's something insane. Like I don't even know, but I know it's like in the double digits of how many times stronger or more potent it is than vitamin C. But what's really cool about this is that it just adds a lovely glow while also protecting your skin. And I don't know if you can see it that well in this lighting. My arm's glowing. Just know that, I guess. But yeah, what's really awesome about it is that it's also so amazing for sensitive skin. So a lot of a lot of people are super sensitive to ascorbic acid, which is the acid that's in vitamin C. Yes, daily, definitely. And you use it morning and night. I actually recommend to use antioxidants at night along with morning. And I'll explain that in 1 second. Um, but vitamin C, just in general, it can be very, very sensitizing to, just skin that is more sensitive. And it can cause like patches, redness, just not be good at all whatsoever. This is stronger than vitamin C in its potency, yet gentler where it's like good for sensitive skin. And it has hyaluronic acid inside, which like is amazing. Also, compound K, this like crazy cool antioxidant, then has patented it because they are the ones who discovered that this is even an ingredient. And it's just so amazing. I've been using this specifically. I think this is my second bottle now. Yeah, I've been using this forever and ever and ever. So uh, I recommend it 1000%. Yes, you should use it daily. You could use it either morning or night. I would use it in the morning just because it does have those antioxidant benefits inside. And so it's going to protect your skin against like pollution, environmental stressors, the sun. This isn't instead of SPF, by the way, but it is in addition to SPF. But it's going to protect your skin against everything. But if you do want to use it at night, actually, antioxidants are super cool to use at night because the way antioxidants in your skin works, your skin essentially kind of like has a savings account, right? Of antioxidants. So let's say, you're putting antioxidants into your wallet, right, during the daytime, and that's your spending money for the day. Whatever money you don't use, or antioxidant serum, uh, that immediately goes into your skin's like savings account, if you will. So what's cool is that essentially, like the antioxidant protection, it never like just washes off at the end of the day. It kind of like builds and builds and builds in your skin. So if you do put antioxidants on at night, you're essentially like putting more antioxidants into your savings account so that, let's say, oh no, you like didn't put enough antioxidants on during the day. I would not recommend doing just at night and not during the day. You definitely do have to do it during the day. Um, but like essentially you're just racking up more antioxidants for your skin to protect itself. And yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah, I definitely, like I said before, yeah, I recommend all of these products very much so. This one's going to be your hydrating serum. This is going to be your moisturizing serum. This is going to be your like super insane sciencey serum that protects your stem cells. Like what? Stem cell protection? And then this is going to be your antioxidant serum. So that is that. Um, do we have any questions at all? Or do you have any questions for me before we log off? Do you want to tell me anything? I don't know. I'm here. No? Okay. Well, I am going to send some hearts back to you. So all these hearts on the screen, I'm currently pressing the heart button and just sending love back to you. I don't even know if you see the hearts. I hope you do. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back next week. So yeah, I'm excited to see you then. And thank you again so much again. Okay. Bye bye.